67th Academy Awards. The 67th Academy Awards ceremony, organized by the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences AMPAS, took place on March 27, 1995, at the Shrine Auditorium in Los Angeles, beginning at 6:00 p.m. PST/90 p.m. EST. During the ceremony, AMPAS presented Academy Awards, commonly referred to as the Oscars, in 23 categories honoring the films released in 1994. The ceremony, televised in the United States by ABC, was produced by Gilbert Cates and directed by Jeff Margolis. Comedian David Letterman hosted the show for the first time. 3 weeks earlier, in a ceremony held at the Regent Beverly Wilshire Hotel in Beverly Hills, California, on March 4, the Academy Awards for Technical Achievement were presented by host Jamie Lee Curtis. Forrest Gump won 6 awards, including Best Picture. Other winners included Edward, The Lion King, and Speed with 2 awards, and The Adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, Blue Sky, Bob's Birthday, Bullets, Over Broadway, Burnt by the Sun, Franz, Kafka's It's a Wonderful Life, Legends of the Fall, The Madness of King George, Maya Lin, A Strong Clear Vision, Pulp Fiction, A Time for Justice, and Trevor with 1. The telecast garnered more than 48 million viewers in the United States, making it the most watched Oscars telecast since the 55th Academy Awards in 1983. Winners and nominees. The nominees for the 67th Academy Awards were announced on February 14, 1995, at the Samuel Goldwyn Theatre in Beverly Hills, California, by Arthur Hillow, the then president of the Academy, and actress Angela Bassett. Forrest Gump earned the most nominations with 13. It was the most nominated film since 1966's Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, and the 5th film to earn that many nominations. Bullets, Over Broadway, Pulp Fiction, and The Shawshank Redemption tied for second with 7 each. The winners were announced during the awards ceremony on March 27, 1995. For only the second time in Oscar history, 3 of the 4 acting winners were previous winners. The 11th ceremony, held in 1939, previously accomplished this feat. Best Actor winner Tom Hanks became the 5th performer to win consecutive acting Oscars and the 2nd person to do so in the aforementioned category since Spencer Tracy won for his performances in Captain's Courageous 1937 and Boris Town 1938. He also was the 6th person to win Best Actor twice. Best Supporting Actress winner Diane Wiest became the first person to win 2 acting Oscars for performances in films directed by the same person. She first won in that same category for her role in Woody Allen's 1986 film Hannah and Her Sisters. Franz, Kafka's It's a Wonderful Life, and Trevor's joint win in the Best Live Action Short category marked the 5th occurrence of a tie in Oscar history. The next tie would occur at the 85th Academy Awards in 2013. Awards. Winners are listed first, highlighted in boldface and indicated with a double dagger. Academy Honorary Award. Michelangelo Antonioni. Multiple nominations and awards. Following 17 films received multiple nominations. Nominations: Film 13 Forrest Gump, 7 Bullets, Over Broadway, Pulp Fiction, The Shawshank Redemption, 4 The Lion King, The Madness of King George, Quiz Show 3, Legends of the Fall, Little Women, Speed 3 Colors, Red Too Clear and Present Danger, Edward 4 Weddings and a Funeral Interview with the Vampire, Nobody's Fool, Tom and Vi. Following 4 films received multiple awards. Awards: Film 6 Forrest Gump, 2 Edward, The Lion King, Speed. Presenters and performers. Following individuals, in order of appearance, presented awards or performed musical numbers. Ceremony information. Despite earning critical praise for the previous year's ceremony, actress and comedian Whoopi Goldberg announced that she would not host the ceremony for a 2nd consecutive year, saying, "I've had a great time, but I've done it." She added that her role in the upcoming movie Bogus would jeopardize her busy schedule. In addition, her comic relief co-host and veteran Oscar and Sue Billy Crystal declined to host the show, citing his commitment to his film Forget Paris, which she directed, wrote, starred in, and produced. Producer Gilbert Cates hired actor, comedian, and late show host David Letterman as host of the 1995 ceremony. Cates explained his decision to hire the late-night talk show host, saying, "He's punctual, he's well-groomed, and he knows how to keep an audience awake." ABC Entertainment President Ted Harbert also approved of the choice, stating, "If Dave likes the experience, this could be a great answer for the show, just the way Johnny Carson did the show for many years." As with previous ceremonies he produced, Cates centered the show on a theme. This year, he christened the show with the theme comedy, and the movers commenting this year, because of the earthquakes and floods in Bosnia and Rwanda, it was a terrible year, and therefore seemed a great year to celebrate what movies can really give us, which is an opportunity to go for 2 hours in the dark and laugh together. Even with television, it's not a community experience unless you have a very big family, so it's unique to movies in theatre, and it's this very human thing. In tandem with the theme, the ceremony's opening number featured a montage produced by Chuck Workman featuring scenes of humorous moments from a variety of both comedic and non-comedic films projected on a large screen on the stage. During that segment, actors Tim Curry, Kathy Najimy, and Maura Wilson performed a modified version of the song Make 'Em Laugh from the film Singin' in the Rain, using blue screen technology to make it appear that they were jumping in and out of the montage on the screen. Several collections of film clips were shown throughout the broadcast, highlighting various aspects of comedy such as tropes and dialogue. Several other people were also involved with the production of the ceremony. Bill Conti served as musical director and conductor for the event. Production designer Roy Christopher designed a new stage for the ceremony, which prominently featured a proscenium which was designed to resemble the iris of a camera. Moreover, Christopher commented that the iris motif was inspired by the iris shot prominently featured in several comedic films and shorts. Dancer Debbie Allen choreographed the Lion King musical number. Actors Alec Baldwin, Jack Lemmon, Steve Martin, and Rosie O'Donnell participated in a pre-taped comedic sketch lampooning auditions for a role in Cabin Boy, the film in which Letterman made his film acting debut. Box office performance of nominees. At the time of the nominations announcement on February 14, the combined gross of the 5 Best Picture nominees at the US box office was $468 million, with an average of $93.06 million per film. Forrest Gump was the highest earner among the Best Picture nominees with $300 million in domestic box office receipts. The film was followed by Pulp Fiction $76 million, Four Weddings and a Funeral $52 million, Quiz Show $21 million, and The Shawshank Redemption $16 million. Of the top 50 grossing movies of the year, 44 nominations went to 14 films on the list. Only Forrest Gump second, The Client 12th, Pulp Fiction 14th, Four Weddings and a Funeral 20th, and now 41st were nominated for directing, acting, screenwriting, or Best Picture. The other top 50 box office hits that earned nominations were The Lion King 1st, True Lies 3rd, Clear and Present Danger 6th, Speed 7th, The Mask 8th, Interview with the Vampire 10th, Maverick 11th, Legends of the Fall 27th, and Little Women 31st. Critical reception. The show received a negative reception from most media publications. John J. O'Connor of the New York Times wrote, "Instead of keeping things moving smartly, Mr. Letterman stuck with his late-night SH tick, too often leaving the show's pacing in shambles." He also added, "Within the show's first half hour, with no strong hand at the helm, the audience simply sat. Applause died long before most winners even reached the podium." Television critic John Corman of the San Francisco Chronicle commented, "Last night on ABC, no one got it. Hollywood's big event was wonderfully littered by technical errors, bad taste, low comedy, and low necklines." Moreover, he remarked, Letterman, the rookie host, was off his game in his opening monologue. Maybe it was the big auditorium, or a billion people in the television audience. Film critic Andrew Saras of the New York Observer quipped, "Not only was he not witty or funny, he never knew when to let bad enough alone." He concluded, as the evening dragged on, it became obvious that Mr. Letterman had no gift for ad-libbing through the few unpredictable opportunities in a live event like the Oscars. People named the ceremony as one of the worst television broadcasts of 1995, summarizing it as follows: "A cranky skeptic visits the high temple of show business, mocks the gold-plated statuary and displays insufficient reverence for the gods, Tom Hanks assisting with a stupid pet trick. We know who the winner wasn't." Some media outlets received the broadcast more positively. Television critic Joyce Millman of the San Francisco Examiner noted, "In his first stint as host of the Oscar telecast, David Letterman did the impossible. He made something entertaining from what is traditionally the most boring 3 hours of TV this side of a test pattern." The Buffalo News columnist Alan Perkament praised Letterman's performance as host, writing, "David Letterman was a box full of chocolates on an Oscar night that was empty of much emotion until the expected Forrest Gump sweep in the final 15 minutes. He also added that despite a lack of surprises amongst the awards, the emotional and unexpected humorous moments provided depth and entertainment throughout the evening. Hal Boedicker of the Orlando Sentinel gave an average review of the ceremony, but singled out Letterman, noting that he proved Monday night that he's among Oscar's top 10 hosts. He's definitely at the top of the list with Johnny Carson, Billy Crystal and Bob Hope. Ratings and reception. The American telecast on ABC drew an average of 48.28 million people over its length, which was a 7% increase from the previous year's ceremony. An estimated 81 million total viewers watched all or part of the awards. The show also drew higher Nielsen ratings compared to the previous ceremony, with 32.5% of households watching over a 53 share. It also drew a higher 1849 demographic rating with a 21.7 rating among viewers in the demographic. It is the most watched Oscars telecast since the 55th ceremony held in 1983. In July 1995, the ceremony presentation received 6 nominations at the 47th Primetime Emmys. 2 months later, the ceremony won one of those nominations for Jeff Margolis' direction of the telecast. In Memoriam. The annual In Memoriam tribute, presented by actress Sigourney Weaver, honored the following people: Earl Julia, Fernando Ray, Cameron Mitchell, Barry Sullivan, Julieta Massena, Peter Cushing, Frank Wells, Executive, and Noah Beery Jr., Woody Strode, Jessica Tandy, Tom Ure, Lionel Standard, Jules Stein, composer Walter Lantz, animator Arthur Krim, executive Ferdinando's Coffee Artiol, director Robert Bold, screenwriter Donald Pleasance, Harry Saltzman, producer Terence Young, director Burt Lancaster, Henry Mancini, composer Martha Ray George, Peppered, Gilbert Roland, Rossano Brazzi, Cable Cab Calloway, Mildred Natalie McDonald, Kerry David Wayne,